Hi everybody, welcome to the Soulful Soul. My apologies for not posting. It's just really hectic at the moment. I'm working on multiple projects, which is wonderful, and I'm loving it. But it does mean that sometimes it's just I can't get to the videos. But anyway, this is the, I almost forgot the throat chakra, which maybe is a sign I need to think about what that says to me. I was going to head straight for the third eye, but throat chakra, so important. So here we are. And first I'm going to read from the book, and then I'll do a reading for us. And then in the next couple of days, I will upload a meditation and Reiki healing. This is from my book. And like I said, in the book, in the new version of the book, I have a section. After each theme, I have something called Try This. And I've brought in the tools from the end into this section in here, but I've also added tools, just simple ways, spiritual or other tools that you can use. The throat, or play with the color blue. The throat chakra is associated with speaking out and speaking up, but it can also represent not being honest with ourselves. It could be that this message comes to you at a time when you're needing to be honest with yourself or someone else about something, or perhaps you're needing to speak up or being encouraged to sing, even professionally. The color here is blue, so you could mull on this color for a while, wear it, observe it, and observe your feelings about it. Could be that you are working on a piece of writing, a speech, a song, a poem, a book. Embrace the color blue and work with the throat chakra daily to help you overcome blocks if need be, or just to feel a sense of connection with loving guidance. And I've got here in brackets, sometimes I seriously need to take my own advice. If you find yourself afraid to speak up when you need to, try wearing blue for a while and see what happens. Buy yourself a blue scarf or two and wear it around your throat. Drink water and be conscious of it cleansing the throat, clearing the throat. You could do this and imagine it, or asking for it to be clearing the blockages you have around speaking or sharing your voice in some way. You could carry a gemstone or crystal or wear it on a pendant around your throat. See if anything shifts for you and note how this color or working with this chakra makes you feel. Gemstones and crystals that are associated with the throat chakra: blue lace agate, turquoise, or howlite. This is a collective reading to go with the throat chakra, around the throat chakra. Let's see what comes up. Beneath the deck, we have the dreamer. How lovely. Fool. It says here, embrace your true purpose, begin a new adventure, trust yourself. Gosh, throat chakra, truths, being true to your truth. So beneath the deck, we have the Judgment card. It's also a card of new beginnings, but it does suggest having to do some work, like a review. Renewal. It says renewal. So I love that. I love this idea of renewal. There's some new beginning. This feels like a new beginning. And I guess it's an invitation more than a prediction, right? An invitation to be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. I think that's what we are being guided to with the throat chakra. Maybe just constantly remind yourself of that, What does being true to yourself mean? And, I just picked this card up, like almost unconsciously, which is about foundations, right? So maybe it's about foundations. Maybe you are needing to have a chat with someone about your truth around foundations and what's important to you. 3 of Summer, working for you, finding joy in the everyday. And this is blue as well, throat chakra. It is a card of it's a Cups card. So working for you is this joyous celebration of some sort. And then you have the Five of Winter. And it says here, walk away from dishonest association. So perhaps this Four of Wands is asking you to review, to relook at, maybe you've, the throat chakra is also about telling ourselves stories, like what's the story that we are telling ourselves. So maybe you've had a story around what stability is like, what your foundations are. And interestingly now, we also have the Tower here. Wow, such a message about letting, oh goodness. We have the Renewal card, the Judgment card, which is about review and rebirth, right? But rebirth is based on this review. We have the Four of Wands, which talks about foundations. And then we have the life experience, the Tower card, which talks about releasing what needs to be released, including the stories with the Five of Winter, of what constitutes a foundation for us. What constitutes this feeling of security? And then around is the Seven of Summer. Wow. I feel this is about putting yourself, like saying, okay, what are my dreams? What is important to me? The Seven of Cups. Okay, it could be for some of you something coming in, an offer coming in, because it's what's around you. It says here, no more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from over-analyzing the options. Now, the Seven of Cups is about making choices, right? Which way? It's almost saying you need to make a choice now. And I feel like if you're listening to this, you know what that choice is about. Something you've been dithering about. Seven of Cups. And this choice needs to be based on what's right for you. What is the truth for you? And then with the advice, the Nine of Wands, which is it's that wounded warrior kind of, like, what have I learned? And with the Judgment card there, it's guidance about taking stock. What have I learned from this burden that you've carried? It feels like a burden that's been carried, right? But on your own, maybe to a large extent. But what have you learned from that? And around what's needing to be let go of and what needs to stay. Let's see. Oh, there's a Seven of Cups again. So interesting, and I'm loving this. The Star. Wow. I think you or us or whatever, I also try to figure out what the messages are for me, are guided to think about the stories you've told yourself about your hopes. I think that it might even be a challenge to some to let go of this. Well, it's a challenge for all of us to let go of a story around foundations. It could be something like you've told yourself, this is the only way, and almost, I've invested too much in this, or something like that, like it could be a home. I've invested so much in this, I can't move. I've invested in this relationship, I can't move. This is my one and only. I'm just using a relationship as an example. It's not necessarily about relationship, And then here, with the Judgment card, it's reminding you about this making a choice. And the choice is around listening to what is right for you. I really feel like this is like a gauntlet being thrown down, dear hearts. What is right for you? And then with the Three of Summer, the Knight of Wands, let me think about this. This almost like a slow offer coming in. You know, the Knight of Wands is normally fast, but this is a slow knight. Looks more like the Knight of Coins, like maybe even an offer around money or some form of stability. For some, maybe you are going to have to make choices, even around love, like leaving something and moving to another thing, like taking a fresh new offer. Wow. Something that I feel is worth celebrating, you know. Very nice. And then with the Five of Winter, you have the Ten of Wands again. Well, Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands. Okay. Something has felt really burdensome, but it is close to the end. And you know, I really feel the Five of Winter is a gauntlet being thrown down of what is right for me. Something's been heavy, and it's now time to learn the lessons from this thing that's been heavy, that you've told yourself a story around. Maybe it's been comfortable to stay stuck. Do you know? Wow. And look at this. We have the Devil with the Seven of... For some of you, there might be a Capricorn around you that brings an offer or presents something for you to think about. Okay. So, you know what I feel this is saying? It's time for you to... there's such a need for a release. I feel a release of some burden, of some story, of where you are bound. Where you are bound. Doesn't have to be to another human. I always feel the Seven of Cups is like a lone card because it's about choosing that one cup. And I think sometimes that choosing of that one cup is ourselves, you know. The Devil. So there might be this, for some, it could be a tempting offer. A tempting offer. I'm going to get clarification on this because, you know, the devil can be seen as something negative. But I always think if it comes in my reading or if it comes in a reading, sometimes when it comes in a reading that I'm doing, it's positive, not because, well, because I'm a Capricorn, you know what I mean? Like I'm representing the positive side of Capricorn. And the devil can also be talking about power. How do you take your power back? Maybe that's part of the offer. Spirit's offering you this. And then with the Nine of Spring, you have this Four of Swords. It's like reflection, rest. I feel, you know, like you have the Nine of Spring and then you have the Ten of Wands, and Nine of Wands, like trying to take a rest. Maybe take this week out to whatever has been worrying you, like release it. And it's almost like release, not for the sake of bearing it. You're not being, you're kind of like taking the week ahead around the throat chakra to think and reflect and focus on the throat chakra, and maybe every night or every morning write about what is my truth, or what have I been telling myself, what are these stories I need to release. But just around that, you can find an affirmation that you can use to help you release that as you're writing. So my truth, maybe that's what you can use, my truth. Could even do the lie and the truth, you know, just scribble down one page the lie, one page the truth, just scribble that. I think that's lovely. And then here, the Seven of Coins, this patience. almost, well, you have sent out 16 is also 7. So I feel like this is advice that it's time to release something. But first you need to do the reflection, right? And in order for you to know, to really be able to trust your intuition about what you need to release, so that you can move to what is right for you, your dream, your true dream, not a dream that was you've been telling yourself or somebody else or others have told you. And then that was there. And look at that, right? And then here, the 7 and 7. Like, once you do this, once you reflect and you know what is time for you to release. And you know what? It's a process. You don't have to do everything now. But I do believe if you open yourself up to that answer, you start finding the baby steps and the guidance and the next step and the next step. And it's about you putting that out there then. Okay, I know what I need to release. Please support me. Putting it out there with love, with ho'oponopono-ness. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. But just putting a heartfelt wish out there. Look how happy this person is. And there's the fruits of your labor. It's like putting that out there and being willing to do this work now of claiming what is true to you, releasing what is not true to you. The lie and the truth. The lie is behind. The truth is what you are walking towards once you are able to own that thing. 777. Own that thing and then be able to move on. And I'm going to leave it there. Let me just draw one of these, what are they? I-Ching-esque. I release stressful situations. Just for today, don't worry. But this is it's a reminder about release. Okay, everybody, I hope that has helped you. I send you lots of love. Please won't you give me feedback. Tell me how this read for you. And I'll chat with you again soon. Bye.